Hello guys, welcome back to this new video. Today I'm gonna make a little bit of a beginner's guide about the game. Let's say you want to start playing because all the hype of like Secrets of the Obscure, new expansion. Oh shit, let me join in. Every expansion of every MMO, it's always a fun time to do on release. Everyone is gonna be excited. No one knows anything. You're gonna be running with everybody like, oh shit, look at this, whoa, whoa, that's crazy. So you start the game. You want to start playing Guild Wars. Now, are you free to play or did you buy the expansion? Because that's gonna change a little bit. Let's assume you bought the expansions. If you bought the expansion, the first one and the second one, the first one, Hearth of Thorns, is gonna give you gliding, which is a very, 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 very important feature for your character that is permanent for every character in your account. As long as you unlock it once, every other character is gonna have it unlocked. So when you jump and you press space again, you're gonna glide. The glide is not gonna look like that, but it's gonna be a glide. And that helps you for like very vertical maps when you go around. And let's say you're gonna die if you jump, right? Like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. If you have gliding, you're gonna save yourself. Now there's like a bunch of nuances to the gliding, but the concept is that one. If you have Path of Fire, then the mounts are going to be unlocked. You're going to have the Raptor, which is the first mount. What the devs did is to give the Raptor to every player that has the expansion. Even if you don't have the expansion, if you're free to play, you have a trial version of the Raptor that it's time gated. It's time based. After a while, the Raptor goes away, and because you don't have the expansion. But if you do have the expansion, you don't have to necessarily go do the Path of Fire expansion. You're just going to get the Raptor unlocked. So instead of walking everywhere, because the world is really, really big, and it's going to be really annoying to run around, it's going to be like this. Probably even slower than this, because I believe I have some movement speed somewhere. So with the Raptor, it's going to be way faster, right? Because you can jump around. It's not going to be this far. The jump's not going to be this far because you can enhance the mounts. We're going to talk about it in a second. And if you have the mounts, if you have this mount at least, it's going to help you a lot into leveling up. Now, let's assume you bought Hearth of Thorns and Path of Fire. Didn't buy End of Dragons because it's not sold with them. It's sold separately. And usually you can buy Hearth of Thorns and Path of Fire together for like $20-$30 or euros, I don't remember. Depending on where you live, it's probably going to change a little bit, but it's more or less the same price. And you don't have to necessarily buy End of Dragons unless you really want to play that part of the content. And you don't have to buy the Living World season, because there's 5 seasons, even though the last one is not called season 5, but it's called Icebrood Saga. And those are like special maps that are unlocked for special content, side maps. You don't need any of those, but for some legendary pieces, for some special items, for some special meta trains, like specific things, you need those. But you can buy them with gold. We're going to talk about it in just a second. Let's go back to leveling. You are new and you are in your Raptor. Now, what do? This is not going to be a super in-depth guide because it's going to be extremely long to explain everything, and I don't have everything on the top of my head. This is impromptu video. It's going to be like, oh, I'm going live like this. I don't have a script like here. I don't have anything. So it's going to be hard for me to like giving you a step-by-step tutorial. So what I'm going to do is giving you advices that are going to help you easing into the game and having a general understanding on what to do and how the game works. Now, you're level 1. What do you want to do? Depending on which race you picked, you're going to spawn in different places. This is the human, this is the Norn, this is the Char, this is the Sylvari, and this is the Asura. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. So even if you did a different class and you spawn in a different zone, you can still go to the human zone. Nothing is locked besides the level zone, because you can join a higher level than you, but the monsters are gonna just one-shot you. But it's not like it's locked. If you manage to dodge, you can go a level 1 to a level 70 zone. It's not locked. You can go everywhere you want. At the edge of the maps, they're gonna be on some points. They're gonna be portals, like giant circles. You go into them and you join the other part of the map. You're gonna join Gandharan Fields from Queensdale. If you go here, you see here, there's gonna be a teleporter here, and you're gonna spawn in this place. Now, look at the map. There are gonna be some icons here. So this icon here, it's a waypoint. Every time you pass close by to one of those that you don't have it yet, it's gonna lit up, and from that point on, everywhere you are in the world, for every expansion, every content, if you click on it, you pay a little bit and you teleport to the place. There is no cooldown. You can do it however many times you want, as long as you're not in combat, of course. Then we have the Guild Wars way of doing quests, which are the hearts. If you go to a heart that is empty like this, otherwise we're gonna be full yellow. If you go to the place, it's gonna be an area that is gonna be helping that heart. So this heart is gonna tell you to go over here and do some killing of monsters, destroying some buildings, and the heart is gonna slowly fill up. There's a bar, I don't know if you can see it. There's a bar that's gonna fill up. Once it's filled up, you don't have to go there and accept the quest or clear the quest once you're done. You don't have to go there. The moment you fill up the bar, the quest is gonna auto-complete, and it's gonna give you money, karma, and experience. Everything that you do in the game is gonna give you experience. The world is extremely big and extremely vibrant. There's a lot of life. There's a lot of like secret things that you can unlock, jumping puzzles, secret monsters, secret bosses, legendary monsters that you can unlock by doing certain things, secrets, dungeons, and world bosses, meta events. And let's go with in order. So this is the waypoint. This is a quest. You do it and it gives you XP. What's karma? Once you do a heart, or you level up, or you do an orange event, they give you karma, which is a currency they can use to gear up once you level 80, or to buy all the shit. Usually, what I probably would say as an advice, don't use any karma until you are level 80, because that way, if you're playing a power build, we'll get into that just in a second. If you're playing a power build, it's going to be easier to build. You're going to just go there, talk to NPC, use karma to buy the pieces. You're done. This is a vista. You go there and it's going to show you a piece of the world. Everything that you do in the game gives you a little bit of XP. The biggest places where you can get XP, the biggest ways of getting XP are the hearts and the orange events that are going to randomly spawn in the world. So what is an orange event? Once you if you're running around the world and all of a sudden you see, let's go here, let's see if we can find one. And all of a sudden you see a big area that it's orange in the map, in the minimap, and it's going to tell you, oh, something is happening over here. Go there. You go there, you follow whatever it says that you should do to do the quest, and it's going to reward you at the end with XP, money, and karma, and sometimes other items as well. So what you want to do in the game is run around, explore as much as you can, unlock as many waypoints as you want. Try to do a bunch of hearts, because that's like a nice bulk of XP, at least on the lowest levels, but it's usually really big. And then do the orange events when you see them, and they sound like they're easy to do, because some orange ones are like annoying and like kind of weird. That way you don't have to do them all, but if you stumble upon one that is really good, then you should do it. That's the biggest bulk of XP. Just run around. This is 115, right? If you're level 20, you just move on. You don't have to 100% necessarily. If you like to do it, you should, because it's always fun to explore. The game rewards you a lot by exploring. It rewards your exploration a ton. So you should do that if you want to. If you don't want to, just move on, get to the next zone. It's gonna give you more XP. It's gonna be a bigger challenge, but you're also gonna be stronger. How do you get stronger in this game? In this game, besides leveling and gear, what you want to do is hunt these hero points here. Hero point. You go there. There's going to be a little challenge, 1v1 versus a monster. You kill the monster and it's going to give you 1 hero point. On the hero point, basically what you do, you press H, you get to build, actually you get to training, and it's going to be all of those to fill up. You click, it's going to tell you, oh, to unlock this, you need 1 hero point. You click. Oh, the next one is going to require 3 hero points. That way, okay, so I only did it once, so you need to go and search the others. Oh, this is a hero point over here, and then there is like another hero point somewhere else. Like how to find them. If you don't have them all, you can like do this. If you do this, if you hover, you see I'm hovering on the left over the icon that I want to the game to show me. I do this, and it's gonna be, oh, there's 2 that I didn't do, here and here. So you go do those. You should be doing those every time you see. Try to do them in every map, because on this base game, doing a hero point only gives you 1 point. On the expansion content, on the expansion map, when you do a hero point, it's going to give you 10. But that's going to be extremely harder than the difficulty in the core game. So since you're leveling up and you can't really access the expansion content, try to do them all so you have many points. You can unlock more skills and stuff like that. So once you see like your character, right? At the bottom, you have a bunch of utilities. It's gonna be, and for me, it's Q, E, X, R, and Alt plus U because I have it bound on my mouse. So those are gonna get unlocked by filling the skills out. So once you fill everything out, you're gonna get multiple choices of what to use. It's gonna be really fun to do. And for the specialization, those are your part of your build. You combine 3 of those or 2 of those plus an elite spec. Every elite spec is from 1 expansion. So if you don't have any expansion, you cannot use any elite spec. If you have Heart of Thorns, you can use the top one. If you have Path of Fire, you can use the mid one. And if you have End of Dragons, which is the latest expansion, not the new one, the latest one, the last one that came out, you can use Willbender or like the bottom one. Those are going to be different names depending on which build you chose. And at level 21, believe it's going to be kind of scuffed because I don't remember the exact threshold. Level 21, 50, 71, I want to say, more or less those level. 21, you're going to get the first line, and those power-ups that you can change at any point as long as you're not in combat, by the way, so that's really good, are going to be unlocked by going into training and unlocking Zeal. Let's see, what is that, Zeal? Zeal, yeah. You get to Zeal, and then you go like, okay, you start here, 5 points for this, let's say 10, 10, 10, 10, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20, 20. So it's going to be way less than that, but it's going to require a lot of skill points, of hero points. You're going to get hero points by doing them on the map and on some of the levels throughout the leveling to 80. So let's say at some levels, you're going to get 15 points, like a level 25, you're going to get, oh, here's some stuff for leveling up, and then here's free 15 points. So that's going to help a little bit, but you also have to do the core game. Otherwise, you're going to run short. Now, once you do this, right, you have fun, you go through the game, blah, 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 you get to level 80. Now what? Now, there are 2 major sides of like the builds. Let's say you're a DPS. Because like if you don't want to play a DPS, I don't know what stats you need. That's why I'm going to link a lot of builds in the build sites on description. I'm going to link a lot of stuff in the description. Don't worry. Go to the description for everything you might need. For everything else you might think about, maybe I wonder if this and that. You check the description, or if you don't know and I didn't tell you, feel free to leave a comment. And let's go back to the topic. If you're DPS, there are 2 types of DPS: the hit-based DPS and the DOT-based DPS, like the dot. The condition damage. You're gonna apply a condition. This condition is gonna be dealing damage after the hit. So it's a lingering debuff. So let's say burning, bleeding, torment, poison, stuff like that. You apply it with your skill. So the skill is not gonna hit much, but the dot is gonna do a lot of damage over time. That's why DOT. So That build that does damage with those debuffs is called Condi build, condition damage. While the build that does damage on the hit is gonna be power. It's gonna be a power build. So the power build, sadly, is the easiest one to do. No, sadly. Luckily, it's the easiest one to do. The Condi build, sadly, it's going to be extremely hard to do as a new player. So I would advise to not do a Condi build as the first character. Do a power build first. And then once you have that one set up, you can do some endgame. Use that character to funnel stuff into the second character that you want it to be Condi. So that way, there you go. This circle here, that's like a randomly spawning event. Like you minding your own business, and now all of a sudden there's something going on in this place. You go here, you do the thing, and it's gonna reward you with stuff. All right. Back to the topic. At level 80, you need to build your character with exotic gear. There's multiple tiers of gear, of course, green, blue, and shit, white, yellow, and then after yellow is going to be exotic. Exotic is the orange one. You see the name, Bonetti's Rapier, is going to be the exotic. After exotic, you want to slowly transition into ascended, because the ascended gear is going to give you slots where you can put stuff. And that's probably another stuff for another video. I don't want to make like everything in the game. It's just like a bunch of advices. So you want to have power, precision, and ferocity on your power build, and you want to have power, precision, condition damage, and expertise for the Condi build, condition damage build, oriented build, which is the hardest one. So keep those in mind. But on those build websites that I will link, go there, check how they work, which items do you need. They're gonna show you the ascended version of the items, but you don't need the ascended version because you can't get the ascended version as a new player that you after you freshly reach level 80. So get that and do the exotic version. So if it tells you to get Berserker ascended stuff, do the Berserker exotic stuff. Now, where to go and how to get it, there are multiple places, and if I show you everything, this video is gonna be like 2 hours. But then I don't want it to be 2 hours. So sadly, you're gonna have to wiki or Google stuff like that. That said, that's the process, like the step: exotic, ascended. And after ascended, there is some long-term goal that are like, oh, what do I do at level 80? One of the things that you do at level 80 is chase extremely long and crazy goals, like getting a legendary piece, for example. That's the ascension, for example. It's dark purple, while like the ascended is like pink, like bright pink-ish, violet. While like this is dark-ish purple. That's the ascended one. The ascended one is gonna be crazy because the ascended gear is you can spawn it on every character. Unlocking a legendary piece unlocks it for every character that you might make inside your account. It's gonna go into a legendary armory, as you can see here, and you're gonna have those 3 unlocked forever for every character, even those that you didn't make yet. So, and the good part of the legendary gear piece, any gear piece that you see here, having a legendary one gives you the ability to do this, customize. You can change the stats into every stat combo in the game however you want, for free, as long as you're not in combat, just with a click. And it's crazy. It's so fun. It's so good. Even that alone makes you want to go make it. They're really long to make, but that's why, because they're broken, they're crazy. That's like the end, the final point of your gearing journey. And they also look cool as fuck. So choose the legendary that you like the most and chase it. If your character is running like Greatsword, you like Twilight, you make it, go make it. And it's gonna look like this. It's gonna do this cool black trail, and when you run around, it's gonna make like a trail, even if you jump. And if you run around, you're gonna leave puddles of darkness, of like dark. It's like dark universe, dark cosmo on the ground. You can like look around. It's really, some of those are like really cool. So check the one that you like and make it. Now, what else do you do besides the once you level 80? What do you want to do? You could do you could also do your main story, your personal story, or the story from the base game, because that's going to help you level up. So if you don't have to do it, but if you level up with the open world, and sometimes you go, oh, you know what, I want to do a little bit of story. The story is going to give you a lot of materials, a lot of like cool things like keys to open loot boxes. There are loot boxes, yes. It's not that bad, believe me. And it's gonna give you like a lot of money, a lot of XP, a lot of like nice pieces of gear here and there. Is gonna help you depending on which part of the story. But the story is not gonna be every level there. It's gonna be there. It's not gonna be there every level. It's gonna be there like a 20, and then you have the next one. It's gonna be like 26. And then it's gonna be like 35, and then 41, and then 56, and then 70. Let's say I'm just saying random numbers. So whenever you have it, if you want, you can do it, but it's not mandatory like Final Fantasy, for example. That it doesn't unlock anything besides your home instance in your race city. So that said, after you reach level 80, however you want, you reached it. Okay, now I'm geared up. Now what? At that point, I feel like you should go get the mounts first and unlock some masteries. Now, the mounts are from Path of Fire. You just have to do the story from Path of Fire, and it's going to guide you into unlocking the Raptor, which you already have, the Springer, which is a bunny that can jump very high, and then it's gonna give you the... That was the Springer. This is... I'm gonna call it like the mantis, the mantha, the fish. How the hell is it called? I'm drawing blanks for some reason now. 1 second. The skimmer. Oh shit. Okay, I never use this. The skimmer that goes very fast, goes very slow in terrain, but it goes very fast on the water. So if you have like a big pool of water, like it's a big lake or like a big sea, the moment you touch the water, see how fast it goes? It goes way faster than swimming. If you were to swim, it would be like this. And I have some power ups, so I'm gonna be even slower than this. But with the skimmer, it's gonna be way faster. You can hover a little bit, etc. And then the last mount that it's from the expansion for free, just by doing the story, is the Jackal. Wait, not this. The Jackal. It's not gonna look like this. It's gonna look like a sand wolf. And with the Jackal, you can teleport around, and you have special abilities that are like they're not used too much outside of the expansion of Path of Fire. They're like sand portals that you can go through with the dash, but they're only there. So okay. And then there's 2 secret mounts. The Griffin, actually, the secret mounts are like the Griffin and the Sky Scale, which is like the mount that is going to be easier to get on the next expansion. So do not care about those yet. You can get your Sky Scale in a more easy, streamlined way in Secrets of the Obscure. And there's also the Beetle. The Beetle that's fastest mount in the game. But the Beetle is from, I believe, some Living World Season 4, I believe. So it's not expansion stuff and it's not core game. It's like side content, side extra content that sadly you either buy with money or you convert gold into gems. I will get to that in a minute. After you get the mounts, at that point, unlock the 4 mounts and then go back and start doing fractals. And when you start doing fractals, and you also can dabble in PvP. You don't have to, but you can dabble in PvP. You can dabble in World versus World. Check if you like it. Every content in the game, every section of the game is made it in a way so that it gives you rewards even if you're not doing PvE. For example, you're doing PvP, you're getting materials from PvE, without doing PvE. So people that just want to do PvP, you have a lot of options and you have a lot of ways to get a lot of really rare materials that you wouldn't be able to do, you wouldn't be able to get if they didn't add this feature inside PvP. So while doing PvP, you can do special tracks that, like, when you do PvP, they fill up and they give you PvE materials from certain maps. So you don't have to go do PvE to get those materials, but you can do the PvP with that track instead. Same with World versus World, but in a slightly different way. I'm not going to talk too much about that one. What are fractals? Besides the fractals, we're going to go there in a second. Besides, after you get to Lion's Ark, it's a map. You go here. After you get do this map, you can do fractals. The fractals are basically dungeons. The dungeons in this game are abandoned. So if you find dungeons, if you have a group of friends, you can go do them in normal story or in exploration mode. They're a little bit harder. They give you tokens to exchange for, like, sometimes really useful stuff, but it doesn't matter too much. You can buy probably everything. There are some things that are like kind of scuffed and you need to do the dungeons, but if you don't want to do the dungeon, you can do the PvP and use the dungeon reward track from PvP. So you can do PvP, get the dungeon tokens without doing the dungeon, right? Because it's gonna be really hard to find people for like a 12-year-old dungeon that nobody does and you don't need to do. So the fractals are divided in 4 tiers. They have a special damage. They have a special damage value that is called agony, and there's a lot of places in the game in those dungeons that hit you with agony damage. This agony damage, it's very, very powerful, and you need some resistance, right? So at first you don't need any. So for example, as you can see, volcanic, look at the right, it's gonna say there's like a shield that's the agony resistance required for doing this. 0. So you can enter with your exotic gear, and it's gonna be 0 up until 20. So you can do 20 fractals without having any resistance. That said, even if you have 0, you can probably squeeze and still be able to manage and do and clear up until probably 25. After this, you're probably gonna get a little bit clapped, because it's gonna the fractals are gonna be more or less the same, but they're gonna start having, like, it's like Mythic Plus. They're gonna start having some debuffs. Okay, so this is like this dungeon, but then on top of this dungeon, there's this modifier that makes it harder. And like, okay, now this monster, when it attacks, it gives you more agony. So at that point, you kind of have to start getting some agony resistance. How do you get it? So how do you get agony resistance? By doing the first fractals that didn't require any agony resistance. You get this. Of course, I put it in my bank, but I'm gonna show you on my inventory. You're gonna get something called Agony Infusion. As you can see there, it's gonna be +9/+9. That one, +9 agony resistance. So you need to put the agony resistance inside your gear to give you some agony resistance. No shit. No shit. So, but that's where the problem starts, because you cannot put agony stuff inside your exotic gear. You need to be ascended. So how do you do it? By doing the fractals, you get recipes and coffers with like stuff in it, and you can buy from the vendors inside the fractals. You can buy recipes or like already made items, pieces of gear, and if you happen to have like a recipe of an item that you need to do that is exactly the stat that has exactly the stats that you need, then you need to learn crafting. How do you learn crafting? Let's check really quick. You go here. In every big map, big city. Lions Ark, Queensdale, Black Citadel, The Grove, and Ratasum, I believe, and the Norn city that I forgot the name of. They're gonna be these hubs of crafting that you can go here, right? And depending on what it should do is, if you're using heavy gear and you're using melee weapons, let's say, then you should learn weaponsmith and armorsmith. On another character, you should learn something else because they is not shared. So you need to log in with the expert character for two professions, and then log in the other character because it's experience in other professions. They start from level 1 to 500. They start from level 1 and they get to 500. What do I have on this character? I don't even remember. Do I have weaponsmith here? I don't. I don't remember what I have. Maybe huntsman. Yeah, okay. So like as you can see here, I'm 425 out of 500. You need to be 500, I believe, to start crafting ascended stuff. And we could check. Boom, 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 boom. Ascended, yeah. Zoja, great bow, ascended. So what you want to do is, while doing fractals, you happen to get like pieces of like recipes and stuff like that, and with those you can you click them, you learn them, and then you need to reach the level of the craftsmanship that's required, which is the 500, I believe. Yeah, 500. So you max out your profession that crafts the items that you need, and you follow the requirements, you make the item, but remember to check which stats it's giving you. So Zoja gives berserker stuff. So be careful when you learn something. If you learn is fine, learning is fine. But when you make the items, since they're very expensive, they take a long time to make, like a couple days, like 4 or 5 days to make it from zero. So you're gonna be able to. You need to be careful before you make an item, right? So yeah. Do crafting, do fractals, gear up a little bit, and then what you can do is get to the the training. No, the masteries here. After you're level 80, once you get experience, it's not gonna go to your level anymore because it's you're 80. So what is the experience going towards now that you're 80? It's going towards masteries, right? So masteries are permanent, account-wide, but with a catch, account-wide permanent passives that enhance different stages and parts and portion of the game, or your character or your mounts, in different ways. By doing achievements that reward you with the masteries, the color corresponds to which content are they from, and which content you can get them from, and which content are they going towards. So the red one is the core game, the base game. The green one is the first expansion, Hearth of Thorns. The dark purple is going to be Path of Fire, the third expansion. The dark blue is going to be the Living World Season 5 Icebrood Saga, and the light blue is going to be the End of Dragon expansion. Now, if you want to unlock some masteries, as you can see, let's say Pact Mentor. You want to do Pact Mentor. It says something. You can now use the mentoring badge accessible in the party menu, and the mentor chat title activated through the mentor / command. Your party now has permanent 5% swiftness bonus in cities, which is this one. Leader of the Pact. I mean, it becomes leader of the pack later, but that's like the first step. As you can see here, it's there's one icon, which means that you need one mastery point to unlock this. Before you're able to unlock it, it's going to look like this, right? There's going to be a leveling up process. So the XP that you get after level 80 is going to go towards one mastery line that you clicked that you wanted to get the XP go towards. After after the mastery is fully filled, you can unlock it by consuming the mastery tokens that you collected by doing achievement of the relative content. So if you want to unlock Heart of Thorn mastery, you need to go do Heart of Thorns masteries. And how do you do that? You go to achievement, you get to here, Heart of Thorns, you open the drop down menu, you click to Verdant Auric Basing, Tangled Depths, Dragon's Stand, which are the 4 maps in the expansion. I looked at how many fingers I had up, because I usually don't do 4 like this, I do this. So I did this, I was like, wait, am I showing 3 or 4? But yeah, and here you track the achievements that give you as a reward a mastery. So this one doesn't give you any mastery. This one doesn't give you any mastery. So you don't have to do that for the mastery. You don't have to do that. You need to do this one, and this one. So you click, you can also track it. You click the eye and it's going to show on the top right of the screen. I have too many, so it says more. Otherwise, it will be on the top. Now it says use the exalted device to enter enchanted armor in Dragon's Stand. You go to Dragon's Stand, you try to figure out what does that mean. You do the meta a couple times, you figure out what is going on, and after you do it, it gives you the achievement and the point. Once you have the point, you go back to mastery, you click this, you go to here, you go like, okay, now I have 7, and now I can unlock this one. You click and it's gonna unlock it, and now you have this bonus. You now understand the magic of the Forsaken Thicket. They all give you different stuff, so browse, check which one you like the most, you want to get first. Personally, I would advise you to get the core ones, especially the Fractal tournament, I believe. Daily achievement, yeah, additional daily achievement for Fractal scales, 2149. Extra rewards for bonus chests. These are like kind of expensive, so do like the first these 2, and then you can do legendary crafting, unlock like the first tier, the second tier, do like first and second tier, and then on Pact Commander. Where's the auto loot? I believe Advanced Logistic is it. You now have the option to have loot from creatures you defeat be deposited automatically into your inventory. This is the best one in the game, in my opinion. And you also get a permanent 33% swiftness bonus in cities. So right now, like this icon over here, this is permanent. So get this one first, and then maybe start unlocking the first one because it's just one. Unlock the first tier of the legendary, so you have something to do, and when you don't want to do anything else. And then you do like the first 2 of the Fractal tournament. Should be really easy to do and to start unlocking. For the Heart of Thorns, you might do some. You should probably do some gliding basics, and maybe updraft use. There's only needs 3. If you want to go further, you can get lean techniques. That's really nice. Stealth gliding is not needed for refresh 80. Basically, it makes you invisible, so the monster don't hit you. But they're really expensive, as you can see. You need so many, so you should probably get the first 3 or 2. Then it's a lore. You don't. Maybe bouncing mushroom is gonna be nice. It's a language, might be nice. It's like the vendors, sometimes they sell useful stuff. Exalted lore, I believe. Artifacts. Nah, you can skip those. Newark lore. Maybe raids. You can do Rift Forger. Reforge your armor using Lay Rift in place when you're defeating a powerful enemy. Nah. Forget this. Ancient magic. Oh, this. Get counter magic, because like some open world bosses, special legendary bosses, they have a weird ability that one-shots you. If you stand in the area, of course. But sometimes, for example, the legendary animals, they have like a tethering that slowly destroys you. But if you have this, you can press a special button that you can bind, and you block it. So that's really useful for like open world. On Path of Fire, almost all the masteries, if not all of it, almost all of them contribute to powering up your mount. So check which one you like the most or you want to do the most. I would suggest to do the Raptor first, and then the Springer, and then if you have when you have the Sky Scale, do the Sky Scale. Because like unlocking these three are it's gonna be nice because they're gonna combine with the new masteries that we're getting on the new expansion, and that way we're gonna have the 2.0 version of those three, and they're gonna be crazy. It's gonna be way better. So that's something that you can do, but it's not a priority in my opinion. And Icebrute Saga, this is like Icebrute Saga and End of Dragons is extremely optional, I feel like. Now with this account, I didn't do End of Dragons yet. So I'm gonna go unlock it and check if there is some crazy shit, and if that's the case, then I'm gonna type it in the description. All right. So I believe we are kind of done. There are raids, but for raids, I suggest you that you get fully ascended first. You don't have to. You don't have to. But depending on, I mean, if you happen to join a guild that it's really nice and they do raid nights for like newbies and like people that are new to the game or new to raiding in general, even if they're not new to on Guild Wars, maybe they're new to raiding. In that case, maybe if they're willing to bring you with exotic gear, as long as you have your build down, every stats is fine. It's nice. You have all the runes and stuff like that. That way, if they're willing to bring you, you can be exotic as well. But it would be nice to have like a little bit of ascended, just so you don't fall behind too much. But it should be fine anyway. As long as you don't die in almost every MMO, as long as you don't die, even if you have not crazy damage, you're still gonna be fine. No one is gonna bat an eye. No one's gonna tell you anything. Unless they're toxic, but if they're toxic, there's probably no way of pleasing them anyway. So why care? Also, let's quickly touch on what the hell the runes are, because I forgot to talk about. As you can see here, Superior Rune of the Scholar. There's gonna be 6 runes. There's like discs that you can. It's like they look like this, but it's they combine together. They're like 6 of the same tier, 6 of the same collection, let's say, the same brand. So you need, in my case, I needed 6 of the Scholar. So you buy, I don't know where you get them, to be honest. You should wiki if you actually want to know where they can drop. But personally, I just buy them. It's like a couple golds, like 15, 20 golds, and then you're done. You can extract them without destroying them, but you need like a special item that I don't even know that I have here. Or you can destroy the item with the Black Lion salvage kit that you get sometimes during you get it from opening chests. If you get some keys, you can open chests and have a chance of getting this. Or if you have if your character gets a birthday, they give you a bunch of stuff like this. If you have this makes it so you have 100% chance of recovering upgrades, right? Excluding infusion though, so be careful. So yeah, there should be a sigil extractor item, but I don't have it, and it's still probably something from the shop, because everything that is Black Lion, it's from the shop. So you can get it in some other places and in some other ways, but it's very limited. So the only way that you can do is to convert gold into gems. Gems is the currency that you get when you spend real money, but you could do this instead. Now, if I have 347 gold, I could buy 800 gems. So right now I could buy, how much is that? Like 15 euros? 800, how much is 800? 20 euros worth, no, 10 euros worth. With 300 gold is 10 euros. And not like, there's a lot of shit. Look, build storage expansion is 250. Account bump, it gives you like some stuff, it's like 800. Secrets of the Obscure Preparation Pack, what does it give you? Character slot, 10 keys. How is that a preparation? Bag slot expansion, that's really nice. Black Lion instant level 80 ticket, that's really nice. for it's 3.5k, but yeah. Also keep in mind, if you buy the expansions, they're gonna give you a level 80 boost. Do not use it on your first character. Do not use it. Please do not use it, because you're gonna be 80 in a weird map and you don't know what everything is, and you're gonna probably, there's like a 95% chance that you're gonna abandon that character because you don't know how it works. You're gonna have everything unlocked, you don't know which one is which, you never play the character, so you don't know how the vibe is, how the gameplay is, how it works, what's the rotation, how does it work, especially if you boost like something really complicated like a Tempest or something, right? So do not use it until you have a normally made, legit made level 80 that you leveled up yourself, right? Please do not use it. You can use it on an alt, but do not use it on your first character because it's gonna be the opposite of what you think. It's gonna be a dog shit experience instead of like being, oh shit, let's go and I'm ready to go. Yes. No. Do a character that you think you might like, do it to level 80, and then when you have, oh, like maybe I want to make a new character now, I want to make this other character, then you can use the level 80 boost. Otherwise, not on the first character, all right? Please do not use it. I've had many friends that did that and they didn't play that character, then they boosted, so they don't even like it. So why waste it? You only have one or two, I don't remember how many you get. If you buy we probably have multiples. If you buy Path of Fire and then you buy End of Dragons and then you buy Soto, which is Secrets of the Obscure, you're probably gonna have 3. So that's pretty crazy. So do not, okay? Do not. So you're level 80, you unlocked everything. Try to unlock everything in the world. Get your gear to Ascended, get the infusion in, get the Agony infusion so you can do Fractals a high tier, so you get more money every day from the daily Fractals. If you find a guild, you can do raids. They give you a lot of nice things. You can also get the legendary armor from it. Get all the mounts sorted. You can start working towards the sky scale. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. So if I forgot something that you want to know, please let me know in the comment. But that way, I think we're done. If I forgot anything and I think about it after the video, I'm gonna send I'm gonna type it in the description. So for now, we're done. Hopefully the video was any help of you. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you like, maybe you can also subscribe. And yeah, see you next time.